Magnificent, unique, witty, funny, informative, the latest, the greatest of the music industry. The melting pot of the music arts entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to Misha's Music Elements.
Subscribe on Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, and all other major platforms.
all right, y'all. Welcome back to Misha's Music Elements, where we tap into the real story behind the sound. Today, I got a rising underground force in the building, artist, storyteller, and what he calls the underground John Wick. We're talking about Zac Tyrr, from tracks like Boogeyman to Outliers, Memoir, and his latest, Family Tree. He's bringing real energy, dark visuals, and real life emotion to the mic. Let's get into it. Welcome to the show, Zac.
Hi, how's it going?
How you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get into this thing. You call yourself the underground John Wick. What does that mean to you? And how does that show up in your music?
I would say that the whole underground John Wick thing came from my love of doing like diss battles back and forth with other artists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've really had anybody put me in my place yet, so I'd say that kind of, to me, really stands for being a lyrical assassin and really considering myself at the top.
Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I love how when you go into that in that song, by the way, I love it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Your songs like Boogeyman and Outliers, Memoir have a darker storytelling vibe. What kind of real life experiences or emotions inspired that side of you?
So, just being completely honest off of the rip, I think a lot of people can tell when they listen to Family Tree that there's a lot of family trauma and not so great, like just family life in general, that really, I guess, made me who I am. I don't think I would have been, grinding as hard as I am if it wasn't for that. And I don't think that I would have as much passion and emotion to let out if those unfortunate things didn't happen. I don't want to go into too much detail on all of that because everybody is going to get to hear a lot of that upbringing and the issues that came with it as this new project really starts to roll out. I haven't announced it anywhere, but I'll announce it here because I like doing things like that on interviews and stuff. The project is actually going to be called Trauma Made, entirely produced top to finish by Blindtoven, actually.
Nice.
And I'd say probably 7 out of the 11 tracks on the project really delve deep into really what made me who I am.
Oh, this sounds exciting. So you're big fans. This is going to hype them up. This is going to get them really excited to hear that.
I hope so. This project really took a lot out of me. I think doing emotional stuff like this is very exhausting because you almost have to relive all of those moments.
Yeah, totally understandable. New release Family Tree is already getting love. What's the deeper meaning behind that message?
I would say the deeper message behind Family Tree was like just a realization for the family members that either took part in what was going on or knew what was going on and didn't really do a whole lot to step in and stop it. I hope it's more of a realization for them. This entire, because Family Tree is the first single from this project that I'm talking about, being Trauma Made.
Yeah.
I think the entire project almost is a message about that. There's a couple of songs on there that, I did for the sake of really branching out and showing a whole new, heavier, more metal side. And then I've got my tracks where I stepped it down and I showed a little bit more of that softer poppy side.
Okay. And what do you want your listeners to take from not just this track, but from this whole project that you're about to release?
That no matter what you've been through, nothing can stop you as long as you're determined enough.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. I see you've been performing live and building your presence. What's your favorite thing about performing?
I'd say just I love performing in general. The most impactful part about it is like when you're opening for a bigger artist. Like I just opened up for Mercules not too long ago. And you kind of get to shaking a little bit. But as soon as the mic touches your hand, it's like the energy takes over.
Yeah.
And so like you'll be standing off to the side of the stage and you'll be, kind of bouncing at the legs a little bit, amped up, kind of anxious. Yeah. And as soon as the mic touches your hand, it's a whole different feeling.
I feel that. I can imagine.
You go from shaking to screaming, "What's up, St. Louis?"
Yeah. I know that's got to be crazy energy. Especially hearing those people go crazy and screaming. Oh my God, it's going to be wild.
It's a wild feeling.
You've collaborated with some other artists, like on your Ground Zero. What do you look for in a collaboration? And what helps you to decide who to collaborate with?
So, me and Holden, that's the other guy that made up Ground Zero. We were already doing a lot of music together. We were already, trying to relearn engineering together, creating, tracks together, helping each other write a little bit here and there when we got stuck. So we decided to make the group Ground Zero. And I've already announced that, Ground Zero can't really promise that we'll have any new music anytime soon. But I would say, like, as far as joining a group with somebody, that's a very hard thing for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because dedicating all of your time to doing something with somebody is hard, because you can jump into something and then somebody can back out a little bit.
Yeah.
And not match the same energy. So as far as groups go, that's something that's really hard for me to want to get into. But as far as collaborations go, if I'm putting somebody on my album, I'm not even looking for a huge draw factor. I'm looking for pure talent.
Totally.
I'm looking for people that, may not be getting the exact attention that they should be getting, because I'm doing a great job at networking and I'm doing a great job at introducing a lot of people to new artists. And I feel like that's one of the most important things as far as being on my journey, is showing more people the people that I'm choosing to work with, because I can see the true raw talent behind, maybe not knowing exactly how to get their reels going, or not exactly knowing what and when to post.
Yeah.
I kind of want to help guide some of those people.
That's cool. I think that's awesome.
because I think I feel like that's honestly where a lot of the true talent is hiding.
Yeah.
Is stuck in social media land where they really don't know how to get a strong grip to get moving with it per se.
Yeah. Absolutely. That is so totally true. Your visuals and your branding feel very intentional. From the gold logo to the darker themes. How important is image and in your storytelling outside of the music?
Even outside of music, like I'm Zac Tyrr 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a character that I jump into. It's not, you know, anything else but the darker visuals and stuff like that. And really I'm a metalhead. That's where the darker visuals come from.
Gotcha.
That's where the edgierness comes from. And I think this new project is really going to show people a little bit more of that rock and metal side of me than what they've ever seen in the past. And circling back to, Ground Zero wasn't just a group. Ground Zero was a huge learning curve for me because I had to learn how to sing along with Holden. I had to learn how to do screaming again after being on hiatus for so long. There was a lot that led to this album even being able to exist.
You've been very consistent with drops and releases. What keeps you motivated?
I want my kids to be able to look at what I've done and know that they can do whatever the fuck they want. And excuse my language, but truthfully, like, so many people are told, like, your dreams are silly, you'll never be an astronaut, you'll never be a musician, you'll never be an actor. Honestly, like, throw all that talk right out the window. Don't listen to anybody. I don't care who they are in your life. Your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your grandma, your aunt, your uncle. Whoever's telling you that you can't, honestly, like, love them from a distance because you can.
That is great. That's awesome.
But if you keep people like that manifesting that negativity, like, manifestation is real. People don't believe it, and they'll see it right in front of their own eyes. And it's like, all you have to do is want it hard enough. All you have to do is repeat that you're going to get it. And I promise you're going to put in the work a lot easier. Filling your head with negative thoughts is just going to slow the whole process down. And we all slip up from time to time. But you got to try to snap back as hard as you can and be as positive as you can about it. And that's when you'll start to see the progress.
Yes, absolutely. For someone listening to Zac Tyrr for the first time, what song should they listen to and why?
That's a hard question. I think there's a couple different eras of Zac Tyrr that sound quite a bit different. But I think if somebody wants to really listen to a track and know where I stand as a person, what I've been through, if they want to see, like, a range of talent from rapping to singing to a little bit of grungy back vocal, I'd say Family Tree.
Okay. And where can people stream your music and follow you and find you and connect?
Constantly on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. My Facebook's linked to my Instagram. I don't really get on there a whole lot, but eventually I'll get to all the notifications on there. I usually check it every 2 or 3 days, maybe every 4th. All of my music is on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, every single platform. Like, if you can download it on your phone and listen to music off of it, you can look me up. Pretty easy to find. Just look for the fancy Y.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you having me come and talk to your fan base and your supporters. Definitely blessed to always have opportunities like this.
Absolutely. You are awesome and amazing. And you sound like you sound like a person who's lived life and you've been through some crap. So I my heart goes out to you. You sound pretty awesome though. You seem like one of those people, you don't take life and just throw away what you learned and been through. You take what you've been through and you use it for something, like a purpose.
Absolutely. You got to. Everybody has a purpose. You just got to find it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.